Hello everybody, we're back again to talk about the e-bike setup. I've gotten a few questions about this and how it all works on the trail. So today I'm going to go over it one more time. We'll hit on some of the topics that we hit on the other videos. Links to those below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, share with your friends. First off, let's talk about this and how it all works. It's just a basic setup here. I'll set up my camera here and shoot a shot at it this way so you can see the trailer in action on the trail and on these mountain roads. I've had some issues with it, and we'll talk about that in a few. So first off, let's talk about the hitch itself. I've kind of gone through a number of reiterations on this. You can see I've got a drilled out here where it used to just be pinned to that. You can see I'm pretty well off camber here. And one of the issues I was having on some of these trails is that it would bind and this whole thing would twist, and it really started causing some problems with my rack. Now this rack is capable of holding about 250, and that should be plenty. But with that torque there, when this is loaded down, really caused some issues. So one of my viewers suggested a heim joint. So I found this heim joint and it is perfect. Now this is the 1/4 inch heim joint. I thought about the 1/2 inch, but the 1/2 inch is massive. I mean, really massive. Actually, is this the 1/4? Yeah, this is the 1/4 inch heim joint. 3/8 might be a little bit better, but this one seems to work really good. This is just a caster wheel that I picked up at Home Depot and pulled off the wheel, drilled a hole through here. I filled this with resin to kind of add some strength, and then bolted it to it. Some other things I added to the trailer are these right here. These are just perfect. I added them all over the place, and that way I've got enough spots to hook my things onto. When I put an animal on this, I can ratchet strap it down and everything stays in place as I'm going down the road. All right. I got my camera set up so you guys will be able to see this. Let's hit the trail. Now that you've had a chance to see how this thing articulates on the trail and out on these logging roads, I want to talk about something else that I've encountered while out hunting with this setup, and that is the brakes. My brakes were still the factory resin brake pads, and boy, they burn through pretty quick, especially when I've got this thing loaded up. One of the best things you could do is upgrade your brakes. Make sure you're at least running a semi-metallic brake. There is other types of metallics that are out there. I'm gonna be upgrading this setup to a ceramic. I know how they work on cars, and the ceramic brake pads just work even better the hotter they get. So stay tuned for that coming up. Not in this show, but the next installment I'll probably do a brake swap on this. Another thing I want to try and figure out is how to make the trailer brake. A lot of different ideas rolling around. I really wish they had a handbrake on this and I could just attach to it and, you know, run a cable back here and then have a third handbrake. So when I'm going downhill on my front tire side, I could have a third handbrake and then brake the trailer. Let me give you a close-up of this particular style brake, and then we'll talk about other. So these brakes here, they're pretty common. These are the Shimano Dior brakes, and they're good. It's a very common brake pad, and you can get these on Amazon really cheap in like a 50 pack for like 45 bucks, or get, you know, a 4-pack or 2-pack, whatever. I will be completely changing out the whole setup, going with a much larger rotor and a thicker rotor, as well as different calipers. I'm going to go with the 4-piston caliper instead of the 2-piston caliper, as well as going with ceramic brake pads. And it's a much larger brake pad too. The whole setup is about, you know, that big compared to this. I'm looking forward to getting that. I know that this year during elk season, we had some issues with the brakes. They were smoking pretty good. And, you know, I just got through riding this and I can touch it already, but coming down the hills, you'll see these things start to glow when you're hauling something big on your trailer. So one of the other things I'm considering doing is going completely hydraulic brakes. Right now, the rear brakes on this, I've converted over to hydraulics. So my rear lever here, this is all hydraulic, and then this one is just cable. It works fine for the front, but I'm going to just upgrade the whole setup to hydraulic all the way around and just get a much better braking system. Once I load down this with panniers, I got this loaded down, it really wears on you. And the entire time I'm heading downhill, I'm stressed out. I'm thinking, oh my God, is this going to be the day that I lose my brakes and I wipe out? So do yourself a favor and just upgrade them as soon as possible. You can get a whole upgrade kit for right about $100 on Amazon. I'll put the link to that particular setup below, and that's probably the one I'll be going with myself. So before we totally sign off, I wanted to go over the trailer one last time. So one of the nice things about this trailer is this thing rotates. So if you've got to go over a down log or through a ditch that's off camber, these independently rotate. Very sturdy. I mean, you'll be amazed at some of the logs you can roll over with this thing with ease, you know, fully loaded. I can unhook it and pull it over by hand, or just carry the bike over the log, tug it along with me. So this trailer, hands down, the best trailer out there when it comes, well, the best deer cart out there that I've turned into a trailer. How about that? Eventually, I'm thinking some kind of a stopping mechanism in the middle here, and that way I can just put pressure on the tires enough to slow it down without losing that articulation. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll have another video where I build that out. For now, get outdoors.